The Minnesota Timberwolves have a lot of talent on their roster, young talent and even veteran talent that has helped them make a push for the playoffs. One talent on their team that really stands out besides the Wolves stars is Jaden Mcdaniels. The 22-year-old wing has already in his third season looks to be one of the best young defensive players in the league and a key role player for the Wolves. McDaniels was a guy that when the Rudy Gobert trade went down, the Wolves organization were very reluctant to trade him in that deal, which resulted in multiple picks being sent out. One thing it did show is that this organization has a ton of faith in McDaniels, and rightfully so they should. He averaged around 30 minutes last season and played in 78 regular season games. McDaniels has showcased his defensive ability as well as growing on his offensive game that complements Anthony Edwards and Karl Anthony Towns. McDaniels is very nimble and sturdy. Defensively, he is very versatile and has some really good physical tools. At 6'9" with a near 7-foot wingspan, he has showed the ability to be a weak side rim protector, a pesky defender on ball, and switchability 1 through 4. McDaniels would be tasked defending star players, the Lukas, LeBrons, Kevin Durant's. When defending high-level players, he makes an effort to start his defensive attack in the backcourt, giving pressure and making the offensive player fight to get above the line. He is incredible at denying players, moves his body well and quick for a guy his size, and this ability to deny players goes hand in hand with his ability to chase players around the court effectively through screens and around the court. He has really good stamina and mirrors the movements of the players he's defending. One of the things I've been really impressed with McDaniels is his ability to stay in front of the ball consistently. He defends in a wide stance at his base, but he doesn't always need to be in a stance to pester you. He's very agile and has flexible hips that allows him to change directions swiftly against offensive players. On drives, he's able to mirror change of direction moves and absorb hits to his body and still get a contest. This here is an example of how McDaniels impacts shots off of opponents' space creation. Jamal Murray sizes him up and even attacks McDaniels' top foot, which gets him to retreat that foot back, and Murray creates space for the step back. But McDaniels is so lengthy as a wing that he can spring up along with Murray and block the shot. He would at times give players an angle to attack, knowing that he would be in a neck-and-neck foot race with them as he forces them to a spot, and if you can't initiate contact against him, he is going to get a heavy contest on your shot. On a chance that a player is able to get by him, his recovery skills is elite and always finds himself in position to time a contest or a block. He is one of the few players that I trust 100% that if he gets beat, he's going to hustle to find himself back in a play, either by switching off his man or getting a rear view contest or block on his man. As McDaniels here jumps to try to deflect the pass, he gets beat on the cut by KD Bates Diop, but he's mobile enough to not get stuck in the mud, recovering quick to effect the Bates layup. He makes it really tough to finish over him. If he's in front of you, he doesn't bite much on fakes, stays solid, and explodes off the ground quick to contest vertically when he sees you rise for a shot. Trying to shoot over him is a task, thanks to his timing and anticipation. He notices when the offensive player is rising into a shot or going for a fake and acts accordingly to that. This is a skill you really don't see much in young players with that anticipation. He's also one of the best screen navigators in the league, able to get skinny or under off-ball and on-ball screens effectively. His long arms allows him to heavily contest any jumper, giving a strong rear view contest here against Devin Booker, who has a pretty high release. Although a terrific defender, McDaniels does struggle at times being overly aggressive and physical with his opponents. Oftentimes that over-aggressiveness can result in him getting out of position or getting beat off the dribble. He also becomes vulnerable to fouls. He averaged 3.4 fouls on the season and had the second most fouls in the league behind that of Domantas Sabonis. Are you subscribed to the channel? If you are, thank you so much for being a supporter of the channel and a basketball lover. If not, What is you doing? This is one of the best basketball analysis channels on any media platforms, and that's not me gassing myself up, it's just a pure fact of life. With countless videos and shorts dedicated to breaking the game down, players, stars, role players, teams, schematics, stats. You can't go wrong with stats. The numbers do not lie, ladies and gentlemen. Do you know what shake action or what a veer screen is? Well, you'll figure that out on this channel. This channel gives you everything NBA and basketball related. Go ahead and subscribe. This is the channel for you if you are a basketball lover. Jaden McDaniels has hit some strides on offense as he averaged 12.1 points, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists on 61% true shooting. He looks to be a threat from all 3 levels, not just a 3-and-D type of guy. He has made his mark in the league as a spot-up 3-point shooter, shooting near 40% from 3 on around 3 attempts a game. He mostly spots up in the corners, and that has been his money areas. He had a down year shooting the 3-ball in his sophomore season, but has really picked it up last season. The shooting helps a lot being paired next to a drive and kick talent like Anthony Edwards and a floor general like Mike Conley. He provides off-ball versatility, and that is pretty good. He operates at a 6.8% frequency on cuts and shoots 78% off of those cuts, which ranks him in the 93rd percentile in this category. He's also been effective attacking closeouts, getting into his mid-range shots, or generating shots at the rim. Per clearing the glass, he shoots 72% at the rim, which ranks in the 80th percentile among forwards, and he shoots 43% in the mid-range, which ranks in the 62nd percentile among forwards. He has shown flashes of a handle. It still needs to be tighter, but he's been solid enough using that to size up defenders before pulling up into his jumper. He likes getting into a hang dribble, which sets himself up for his moves. There's a growing blend of being able to capitalize on shots generated for him and the ability to go out and get himself a bucket. He is pretty solid attacking in a straight line or attacking mismatches. He can finish through contact. There's growing comfortability in being able to handle the ball and create. The downhill drives looks promising, increased aggression, and finding angles in the defense to attack. The downhill threat opens up the passing game, which he has shown the ability to whip passes to the corner or dump off passes to his bigs. He's still pretty raw in this area, but as his game grows, it'll be interesting to see how he develops his pacing and feel working off of screens. Jaden McDaniels is a big time talent for the T-Wolves, and it has some all-NBA defensive team potential. Very arguably could have been on one of the teams last season. If you enjoyed the video, give it a like and subscribe to the channel for more NBA breakdowns like these. With all that being said, I'll see you all in the next video.